Alright, so welcome once again, guys, to crossover pairings. And yes, I've already used this one female character in one with, as you can see, Lord Dominator. First time around, it was with Lobo. This time around, I found another character that I don't think she would, that would cry domestic dispute throughout the galaxy. And that character's Toffee from Star vs. the Forces of Evil. Yeah, Toffee and Dominator. One reason why I kind of thought of this is because I'm writing a chapter for the No Name Club, the fanfiction series I'm working with Alexander and Nayez on, and I'm writing this chapter of basically Toffee and Dominator hooking up to just piss off, just a piss off hater. That's kind of it. And I kind of thought about how the logistics of a relationship between these two characters would go down. I'm kind of like, I just kind of thought about in my head how exactly, Dominator and Toffee would work as a relationship. How would they, function? How would they, coexist with one another? And would they get along? Would this be a long-lasting relationship between the two? And that's kind of what we're going to be, going to be talking about tonight on this. What was I going to say? So, let's get into it. Now, do I think this relationship is going to last? Oh, God, no. God, no. And it's not because I don't think this would be like Lobo and Dominator in the, the crossover pairing between those two. I don't think it'd be like Lobo and Dominator where Lobo would be like, it would be fight, fuck, break up, and, redo, fuck, fight, break up. It wouldn't be like that, every night. It would be more, I think this would be a one-night stand or the occasional booty call or, something like that. I think the thing with Toffee and Dominator is that it's literally like fire and ice. Toffee, as we've seen, is not this big, boisterous villain. He's this, calm and calculated character. He's very cool and collected. Whereas Dominator is this boisterous and loud and brash character who loves killing and maiming. Where it seems like Toffee loves to do that too, but he's on a more low-key type, feel to it. He's on a more, reserved level. So if anything, this would be more of a hookup than an actual date. So, yeah. Also, side note, I've looked at some YouTube comments, not comics, comments of when I'm watching some Star vs. the Forces of Evil clips, and I found some too that were very interesting to me. One being that Toffee, like someone said, Toffee looks like a guy who would go home and listen to Meatloaf, not the musician Meatloaf. So now I've got it in my head of Toffee, going home and listening to "I Would Do Anything for Love," just in his home or playing it on a piano. And he would be like, "And I would do anything for love. Oh, I would do anything for love. Oh, I would do anything for love. But I won't do that." Yep, he'd be doing it. I've now got that in my head where he would just be playing on piano, doing that song. And the other thing, and this is something like almost headcanon-ish, but I don't want to do it because, but I can see where people are coming from with this, is that someone said, the YouTube comment was, Toffee seems like a guy who would go, he kind of reminds me of a lizard version of that dude from 50 Shades of Grey. And now I'm like, God damn it. Although, admittedly, Toffee's a more interesting character to do that kind of stuff with, but I'm not going to have him do BDSM with Dominator in that chapter. God, no. I am going to make a joke about it, though. Because 50 Shades of Grey sucks. Anyway. What was I gonna say next? But no, getting back to the point at hand, Toffee and Dominator's relationship would be very much sex. It would be very much sex, but I don't think it would be, they'd be arguing much. If anything, I think Toffee would be one to break up with her, or, it could easily be vice versa. But I think the reason why I say Toffee first is because he doesn't seem to like the guy who wants to be happy. He doesn't. He just wants to be focused on his mission. He wants to be focused on destroying the Muni royal family. That's what he's interested in. He's not. I don't think he's interested in anyone really. He doesn't seem like the guy who's interested in a relationship of any sort, whether it be with a man or a woman. And Dominator's more obsessed with destroying the galaxy. She's very loud, she's very boisterous, and, outside of the bedroom, I don't know if they could work as a functional relationship without, Toffee going, I can't do this. I can't. I really cannot do this. But on the other hand, you do have it that, I think Toffee, if anything, with Dominator would be more like, he could, confine in her. He would, they could confine in one another. But it wouldn't, I don't think it would confine like, oh, I trust you. It'd be more like, it'd be more like, Deadpool and Vanessa from the in the Deadpool movie, where they're just kind of talking to one another to play a game of who's more fucked up. And that would be kind of it. It'd be more like they confine in one another because they don't care about each other's problems. They're just saying it to play like, it would be kind of like a one-up game, and the other time it would just get it off their chest and talk to someone who's not going to give a shit or judge them. So that'd be it. Like, Toffee would be talking about his life, growing up as a monster or, whatever his origin is, and Dominator would be talking about her life, and they would just not, they would just be like, oh, sucks to be you. And that would be it. They would just be lying in bed doing that. What, that would be kind of it, where they would just be, playing one-ups with one another, and, Toffee would be the one who would be like, this was fun, but, I'll get you breakfast, but, yeah, we're done. This is the end of the road, babe. End of the road. Man, villain relationships are just like celebrity marriages. They don't last. Oh, they usually don't last. Anyway, so that's how I kind of see it going. Could there be a chance of relationship, of a long-lasting relationship? Nah, but I do see them kind of hooking up from time to time, like Dominator's feeling like, I need a man. What if I still got Toffee's number? Or Toffee's he's had, he's, come back from being, having one of his plans foiled by Star or something of that nature, and he's just like, do I still have Dominator's phone number? I kind of need that. I need that girl right now. Yeah. So you guys tell me, what do you think it would be like if Toffee and Dominator were in a relationship? Do you think it would be long-lasting, or do you think they would just be fuck buddies? Just comment below, let me know. Once again, I hope you all enjoyed this, and I will see you guys later.